but it's Lucas Matthysse, Barry. He's been an interim world champion. He's not been an outright world.
From Buriram, he's the fighting pride of Thailand, the undefeated Tewa Kiram! Welterweight champion, he is Lucas La Maquina Matthysse!
Right here is fine. No punches behind the back of the head. Good luck to both of you. Back to your corners.
And Matthysse has boxing fans from all countries.
I'd seen on the world-class scene prior to Kiram were featherweights. Generally speaking, in this fight, if you think that maybe it's going to be a good fight, because it fights together, stays together better. Older promotional companies, I believe it's 40 years old. And it produced one of, they just said it's desire. They're very hungry.
Side to side, he's never seen anything like that. You need to be mentally strong at all times in this fight. In the name of their gym.
Right. I think that's the fighting name. That's the name.
Back in 2008, has been at 147. This is the second fight
fighters in general. Generally speaking, when you see Keith Thurman, and recently
from Mario Narvaez in the corner of Lucas Matthysse. That's actually his brother-in-law who's married to Matthysse family's fighting, so I want to try it out. There's local competition and a week to get ready.
I like what I see from Kiram so far. He's showing that he's got
his last fight, he actually hit the canvas, which he was most really got up against. We hear
100%. In fact, at the final press conference on Thursday, I asked him what Matthysse would be willing to fight any of those three.
Matthysse was at 140 when they were going through. That's unity right there, though. Had one amateur bout at the age of 40, so she just wanted to try it.
Most of his reach and his height. He extends that left way out. Makes fighters from Thailand special. I thought he was maybe going to tell me something about their conditioning or whatever. No, he brings the action to his fights. This has been more of a feeling out round. This is a round where both guys are boxing.
And she won.
That's a fighting family.
I would stay away from that family.
It does come from a prominent, he's out of range of the shorter Matthysse. Speaking, the best fighters out of Thailand are sub-bantamweights, meaning they are under 118 pounds. Strong and durable. But you're also going on the reputation of just Thai fighters. If he wins, he's a player in a very
his mom actually fought because she said, look, everybody in the
WBA junior bantamweight champ.
Stop! Hey, what happens?
So if you go look for him on Box Rec, you'll see that name right there. Matthysse, he's fought for world champions.
From Thailand, good enough to travel to the U.S. to challenge for a world title. He's beginning in April. Terrence Crawford, the former undisputed junior welterweight fighter,
his sister fighter, and his mom. I want to feel closer to my family. Now we all know
he's got a nice jab, and he's able to kind of
get victory to remain undefeated.
Yes, I'm going to stop.
Final seconds.
Stop at the bell.
Down with 3 in Inglewood.
Yep. 1-2 Yep. 1-2 Yep. เข้าใจไหม Stop means stop, okay? ดีตาขาวตา
Particular camp that, that was kind of his hobby. Expected more action from this matchup. But it looks like Kiram is trying to take a page from Victor Post.
The whistling is going to get a little bit louder inside the forum.
Yeah, a world title is on the line. The WBA's regular title is up for grabs, and generally, there's some damage on the face of Matthysse. It probably came from a jab or right hand. There was a nice overhand right.
Fisher, ringside at the forum in Inglewood. Our main event tonight. And Lucas got quality sparring with the Golden Boy prospect.
Yeah, no, they were thinking Rungvisai was going to be easy work for Chocolatito. They looked at that.
The crowd of the forum not liking the pace of this fight. 2017 in May and fought Emanuel Taylor, stopped him in the 5th. What happened to the neck tap? Well, I had time, so I wanted to work on it.
It's his hobby.
And it worked for Postal, as Postal frustrated and came on strong at the
Just
end.
wants to keep him at the end of that left. And actually, he's boxing a pretty effective round 3. And this guy, Kiram, is unknown. Now we're seeing a little bit more aggression. I was about to say, this guy isn't going to use his size to impose himself.
There's an Argentina chance. Argentina, early December for camp with Joel.
It's like sort of an unsanctioned fight.
Pretty much.
And looking at Kiram prefers an aggressive opponent. And this type of style is difficult. He's at his best as a junior welterweight.
10 segundos, 10 seconds, stop at the bell.
Has a more aggressive.
That's the reason, the symbolism behind it.
And that's probably Matthysse Postal fight. And I think that added to Matthysse's frustration, along with his struggle. The style we see from Thai fighters. It's a very aggressive, very physical.
So
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
3 good right hands landed. There's yellow and red. Not much action through the first 3.
Figure out a way in close where he can do his damage.
A little blood from the face of Matthysse. Raul Caiz, nothing to do there. It is literally a camp for the fighters. When it gets dark,
Ortiz would be good work, although I would say
Orbital against that Victor Postal in October of
training
2000.
there using Shane Mosley's home gym. I heard from people in that particular release from the crowd here inside the forum. They're used to main events having more action than this, and he struggles to make 140 pounds for that fight.
That too is where you don't know your opponent. When you get to this level, you always know your opponent or sure the fighter who came to the United States. Nobody really knew his name except for the hardcore diehard that email you.
Right. But even the physical stuff on the inside. I'm not saying there haven't been any clashes of heads.
See if Matthysse pays attention here in the 5th. Beto Moran, Doug Fisher, they're not going anywhere. They run early in the mornings. They work out at the Boys and Girls Club.
Showing us against Matthysse tonight.
Yeah, it's the second time that they've used their young Virgil Ortiz team. All of 2016 was taken off to heel. Rumors in Argentina that he had retired, which if he
work on those tattoos on his hands and wrists.
Yeah, the neck tattoos came after.
And frustrate Matthysse with the busy jab.
He looks like a solid fighter in there. Then he has the ability to do something.
I think they want both fighters to do something. At this stage, both fighters are known quantities.
This kind of goes back to when you're starting off your career, when you're 2-0, 3-0, and it's like, who's your opponent? I don't know.
By Matthysse. He needs more of that.
Another right hand from Matthysse. 18.
Stop!
Ortiz, kid is 20 years old, 8-0, 8 KO.
This is not what the fans want to see. This is not what Matthysse wants to see.
After that fight, okay, it looks like Postal didn't have too much of a damage on him. Matthysse looked killed. Looks like he has the tools. He didn't do it himself on his neck, but got the neck pieces done.
And the difference is there was a lot of holding.
Final seconds of the 10th round.
He is not a Sri Saket Sorungasai.
No.
He's not that kind of top fighter.
Like we're at a Boca Juniors game.
He's using his size to play keep away. He's got it's up to Matthysse.
California, it was about 2 hours east of downtown Los Angeles. Matthysse had 18 months off after the Postal. Orbital injury.
Kiram, not just a natural welterweight, he's a beast, even though Ortiz is young enough to where he can make 140 pounds.
Find any more, Doug?
No, and is that enough to win the round? Looks like this looks like some kind of herbal thing, either like a tiger balm to rub on him.
Like a Bengay kind of.
Or to have him smell, which kind of wakes him up, which is probably just fine in Thailand. It's not kosher here in the United States. For Tewa Kiram, started rounds 1 and 2 from Matthysse. It's not enough to where he definitely takes the round, And the same thing can be said about Kiram, but Kiram is not fighting him the way a strong people would anticipate a fight between Matthysse and any of the players at 100
for the Thai fighter as a boxer.
Yeah, can you beat a named fighter?
Can you step
aside of Thailand fighter for doing that? Holding technically is illegal. You're not supposed to do that.
Kind of makes me wish we could have.
I want to see that desire. That is jab. There's not enough punches in there between the two for anybody to have kind of a landed. And the punches aren't hurting the other guy. So it's like, well, do I give it to Matthysse against Thurman, who's a hit and move fighter?
But it's 147 pounders.
He studied a lot of video footage of Teerachai.
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
Kiram has yet to let his hands go. Matthysse moves up a division. You mentioned some of those heavy in the ring. Now Kiram fighting back.
To pick my winner of these rounds. But I can see 2 or 3 on everybody's pound for pound list. He's a complete fighter. He tells me they really studied the Victor Postol fight.
It's deja vu.
That's just the name of the game. And generally speaking, when you see a Thai fighter, I scored the last round from Matthysse, even though Matthysse is not getting a whole lot of effective punches.
And the Gatillo Raton is the song playing. It's an old Mexican joint. And
all right, now this is what I saw on YouTube. Yes! Oh, God. Dropping some right hands that I've scored for Kiram going from Matthysse, because Matthysse has landed some nice overhand. Most people would expect him to outclass both of these guys, but
after this performance,
well, he's not looking good against being very physical in there.
Right hand landed by Kiram. But if you're Kiram and you can take some rounds and you can
punching in there. He is the aggressor. He's trying to make something happen, and he does have his moments like he's having right here. You want to see more from somebody with this kind of size, you know? Dropping some right hands.
4th time in his career.
1 and 2 for Matthysse, 3, 4, and 5 for Kiram.
Why the Kiram? Because when you don't have that much action, it's interesting to see how people are going to judge it. And what you're looking for, what you prefer.
Confident young champion like Errol Spence will be coming right now.
Lucas Matthysse, Tewa Kiram. 135 pounds. They're on money in boxing now.
Now after Thursday's press conference, I asked
him and seen some of that sparring.
Yeah, I'd rather see the 10-round sparring session between Virgil Ortiz. Going to be able to win a fight in this manner? Maybe.
Well, Postol ended that fight.
Decided edge after 3 minutes of the round, so I'm having to go to defense, and ring general spoke of on Thursday after the press conference.
Could it be a case of Kiram giving too much respect?
An effective strategy that is, in effect, neutralizing, and of course, Terrence Crawford is like, you know,
Nova ring at the forum in Inglewood. Lucas Matthysse.
Or maybe just...
Oh! He gets it up with the right. I don't know. Get up. Oh, a big shot from Matthysse. Kiram popped up. Then he decided, let me stay down for a little bit. Get the full 8 seconds.
He's showing some nice ring generalship here. To me, he's avoiding. I have this fight even after 6 rounds. Matthysse, and that he has the right game plan to beat him.
Cat and mouse indeed. Here he is. Can he finish it?
The way Kiram went down, I didn't think he was going to get out.
Back-to-back fights where he gets dropped and he gets dropped again. Lucas Matthysse dropping Kiram, and it is over. He has stopped it. Lucas Matthysse with a KO.
He can deliver like Matthysse.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to an end officially at 1 minute, 21 seconds of round number 8. The winner by knockout victory, the new WBA welterweight champion of the world, Lucas La Maquina Matthysse.
Subscribe, like, share the best boxing reels.